All right, everybody, we have a new season of Battlefield. Let's just get to it. So first off, I'm going to be using a Ginyu Force team here for the first fight. The reason I'm going to be doing that is it's going to save us both of our AGL teams for the end here. So that's what I'm going to be doing right here. So we know that Chaozu is Extreme STR, so that means at the very end, Broly here is also going to be Extreme STR. So we want to save our AGL team. Now, AGL is really good. So I don't anticipate that many people are going to have issues with Broly at the end, but just in case, we are going to bring a Ginyu Force team here, and we're going to take out this first fight. So let's just go ahead and get these guys on the team, take out Chaozu. You can pretty much take any 7-unit team here against Chaozu. Take whatever you want, take some of your backup teams, whatever. This guy can't really do damage to you unless he's hitting, like, a Cyberman who's, like, not on a leader skill or something like that. That's, like, the only way that Chaozu here can actually do any damage to you. So let's go ahead, we'll grab the orbs, and we'll just get out of here. We'll grab that, and yeah, he's going to try to attack Raccoon. I guess he could stun Raccoon. That would be a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, he doesn't. We're guarding too, so literally no damage to us. The Ginyu Force team is way too powerful for this, and we're just going to sit Chaozu down. We're going to have court issues. Raccoon one-shot him. I'll give it a second to reconnect here. There we go. All right, so now we can just move on. So yeah, that first fight, I don't anticipate anybody's having many issues with that. Just remember that whatever typing the first fight is the same typing for the last fight. Alright, we're moving on here to Copy Vegeta. Copy Vegeta is int. Make sure you read the enemy traits here if you're having issues. So he's only immune to being stunned. So that means you can seal him. You can attack lower him if you're having issues. Let's go ahead. Let's get extreme physical built. Let's have more court issues because yay. Alright, moving on here. Extreme physical, like I said. Let's go ahead and grab Cooler. He's a good lead for this. We can grab, like, Cell. You can use Omega. You can probably run, like, a full power team with Broly. Again, not too difficult here in these first couple of fights, so I'm not too concerned about it. We can bring Physical Goku Black for support. Let's bring Turles, and then, like, this guy. I mean, it really doesn't matter here. We can kind of bring whoever we want. Not really anticipating any issues in these early fights here, so let's go ahead and get in. You can already see that Omega's passive debuff is active, and we are debuffing Vegeta. I'll do this to maximize links, so now we have Shocking Speed active, which is good. Or I guess I could do this, right? Or really, I guess I should do... I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, literally, we can just do whatever. Let's just grab these, and grab these, and we're going to be out of here pretty quickly. Put the two Big Bad Bosses units next to each other, so they're... Turles is getting Big Bad Bosses now. Really, I guess I'm maximizing Turles on this rotation, which is fine. Turles is the most recent unit here. But, yeah, you can see this is light work for Physical Omega here. Yeah, there we go. Just 2 super attacks, and we are out of here. Very simple. That is level 1 cleared. Again, I don't really anticipate anybody having issues with those first couple of fights, but, maybe you are. There we go. Moving on now to level 2. Who do we have? Extreme Tech and Super AGL. So let's go ahead and load up Extreme Int here. Extreme Int is actually, like, insane these days. Let's bring Cell and you. There's a lot of time travelers, and then he's also a 120% lead for Int type. So even though Int Goku Black didn't get the best EZA ever, he is still decent for, like, these Super Battle Road stages. We can grab you, we can grab Chilai, and we can just grab, like, Int Zamasu here. And we can go ahead and hop in. If we get, like, LR Rose next to, like, one of the other Goku Black units, we're probably just going to one-shot this Frieza. Like, he can't stand up to this. he can't handle the pressure. We didn't quite get that. So we can do maybe like this. Grab those Key Spheres. We can grab those for Int Goku Black. And then we can just grab, like, that for Piccolo Jr. Doesn't really matter. Okay, cool. If Cell doesn't KO this guy, I mean, listen, we have, like, a bunch of hard hitters here. So, not really anticipating many issues. Pay attention to those leader skills. If you're having issues, again, read the debuffs. What can you do to these characters? Can you stun them? Can you seal them? Because it'll only tell you what they're immune to. So, if it says, like, they're immune to, stunning or whatever, that means you can seal them. So just pay attention to that enemy status effect if you're having trouble with these with these fights. That's where you can win. So, like, right here, he cannot be attack lowered and he can't be stunned, but Tapion here can be sealed. So if you're having issues with Tapion, make sure you're bringing characters that can seal. You can always click on this like the skill effect, go to super attack, And then there should be one in here for Seal Super Attack. And so then you can see like the Android Seal here. So let's get back to Extreme Tech. We can bring these two as our leader. Bring this guy. Bring the androids. Like I said, they do Seal. It really doesn't matter. I like to bring Sin for the orb changing. We can bring this guy for the healing. And last up, we can just bring like Super 17 for the HP or something, right? And of course, there's the cord again. Hopefully it comes back. All right, we're back here. We do have the androids and Sin, so we should have some decent orb changing. We can't always just use, you know, their active skill, get all the attacks out of here, change the OST a little bit, and just take this guy out. So again, I'm not really anticipating any issues here. Just we gotta take this guy out, right? So there we go. The androids are gonna seal him. We delayed his attacks. The androids are gonna be a really good battlefield unit pretty much forever because they do have a good status effect with the seal, and then they have the Ghost Usher, which means that in battlefield, like whatever turn they're on, like they're just not gonna get attacked. And then they also have the Key Blast nullifications, so like these guys are gonna be good in battlefield pretty much forever. Kind of like how Physical Goku Black, I still use him in battlefield because of his 3 key support. Like, there's just some units that are going to be, like, good in Battlefield forever. It's not my cord. I know I keep saying I'm having cord issues, but it's actually just, like, my Elgato freaking out. This thing's a piece of junk. Alright, so the next fight here is Super Physical. That means we want to be bringing in STR. I'll probably just run Extreme STR. It doesn't really matter. There's just, you know... Extreme STR is pretty tight. I've been running the same team for a while now. Just kind of like this Terrifying Conqueror setup. So all these guys fit under the 2 cooler leader skills. Anytime you can run like category teams in here like this, I always try to do it, especially whenever they're cohesive like this, just because you can walk in here, you can give Frieza a bunch of ki, and he's just going to like one-shot Goku basically. So again, pay attention to those status effects, make sure you're bringing in good leader skills, make sure your team has cohesion. I usually prioritize like orb changers, supports, things like that over just like hard hitters. You can put a team of hard hitters together and you can usually win, but personally I just like to make sure that everybody can super attack, everybody's getting, you know, key very easily, because a lot of the times these battlefield teams aren't super cohesive. So if I kind of prioritize that instead and just make sure, okay, we got a bunch of supports, we got our orb changers, we can go in there and just, you know, clear the field pretty easily. Super STR is a good example of like a category, or not category, but like a typing that has a bunch of like really good units on it, but they're not all very cohesive. We can go ahead and look at it right here, just to kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. Like there's a lot of really good units on here, and a lot of them are Saiyans, but they're all kind of all over the place. Like Vegeta leads like Vegeta family, you know, so we can like bring him, you know, because his secondary leader skill is good. It's 130% to STR. But then for like our secondary lead, it's like, do I bring this guy? Do I bring, like, you? Like, who do I bring for the other leader skill here? Because, you know, they don't all fit onto this guy's leader skill or this guy. This guy is just, the future Gohan is just future. So, can't really bring him. You know, it's like, of course we want to bring Bulma, but yeah, it just gets a little iffy like that, right? Like, you could bring this guy as your leader. It's just one of those things that you just got to kind of think about it, see who you want to bring. Typically, just bringing strong units is going to be good enough. But, you know, I do like to prioritize making sure that the team is working well together. You know, I think that that's important. All right, we can do this. Future Gohan has, like, the capacity in him to just take out Super Buu in one rotation. But we'll see what happens right here. All right, get this guy out of here, man. No, nobody wants to watch, like, a 50-minute Battlefield video. Let's just get these fights over with. All right, Future Gohan. Come on, man. This guy, I didn't give him a lot of crit, did I? So yeah, I mean, that's fine. We are type advantage, though, so it's not like we need crits desperately. It would do more damage, but, like, we don't need them. Okay, could you give us the additional, the hidden potential additional, please? The super attack, specifically. You gave us 3. Give me 1 more. Ooh, just the normal. Okay. That's okay. Vegeta Blue is going to do a couple of attacks, and then Gogeta Blue at the end is also going to do a few attacks here, so... I mean, we're fine. I'm not in a rush or anything. Looks like you can lower this guy's attacks, so... Nice that we got that debuff in on him. Again, just make sure you guys are paying attention to debuffs if you're having trouble. I think in Stage 3 here, you can seal everybody, I believe is the what you can do here in Level 3. I think every character, maybe not Broly, no, Broly too. I think every character in level 3 here, they can be sealed. So if you have sealing characters, make sure you're bringing them, and then the enemy just can't super attack you, which is usually where you're going to take a lot of your damage, so... In this instance, luckily, Gogeta dodged for us, which is, you know, obviously pretty good. We can grab Bulma her key. We can grab these guys some key. And then I'm pretty sure we are out of here on this turn. So, not too bad. Of course, Bulma's going to be good in here. If you get an additional super attack with her, remember that she does lower attack. So that's good, obviously, if you get her little Uzi attack. Just like this. There we go. Ask and you shall receive. You get the Machine Gun of Fury. Yep, there's the attack lowering. Boo's going to heal, but again, I'm not too concerned about it. The GT duo right here is going to launch about 50 attacks. Now, I'm sure some of you guys are looking at this and you're looking at my setups going like, bro, you're bringing like the most wailed setups imaginable. I don't have all of these characters. I mean, really, just make sure you're bringing a competent leader skill. You know, somebody who's at least giving like 100% to stats to whatever typing you're trying to bring here, and then just go forward, right, with whatever your like strongest setup is. And then, like I said, make sure you're paying attention to debuffs. We have a million free-to-play units these days that all have like random debuffs that, you know, a lot of the time, like these bigger creators come out and they're like, why does this character have a stun that's not useful in any difficult content? And it's like, well, it's good in Battlefield for a lot of these, you know, players who are struggling to get through Battlefield, because those people do exist. So, you know, that is useful. Oh my goodness, am I going to bring... Wow, that's crazy. Okay, yeah, I guess we're going to run with this setup. I was like, am I just, like, not going to bring, the 8th anniversary duo? But, you know, it's like, not every character needs to be, like, red zone viable to be good. So there are a lot of free-to-play characters out there that do have, like, some really good abilities like that can be utilized in stages like this that, you know, can really help out players like that. So just make sure you're keeping these guys debuffed wherever you can. Make sure you're keeping them sealed. I think even, like, the free-to-play Mr. Satan, right? Like, he has a seal on his character, right? I think it might be a high chance in his passive or something like that. I don't remember exactly how he gets the seal, but... You know, that's another free-to-play character. If you grinded him up during the 8th anniversary, you know, you might be able to get you some use out of him in Battlefield. So, you know, always make sure you're grinding up these free-to-play units. You never know when you're going to need them, especially if your box isn't super well developed and, like, with summonable characters. If you can fill it out with some good, solid free-to-play characters, you know, Battlefield is an area where that can really, like, come into effect. Battlefield, you know, it's like you can go into Red Zone and you can have, like, a team that can clear every single stage of Red Zone, right, with, like, 6 characters. Whereas Battlefield, you know, if you only have 6 characters, you're only going to beat, like, stage 1. Maybe, like 3 stages or something like that, right? Like, at most possible, you clear 6 stages, which is ludicrous luck. So Battlefield is much more of a test of, like, how deep your box is, and that's where some of these free-to-play units can really come in handy. So, for this one, let's just run Trunks, and then I guess we can just run, like, I don't know, this guy right here, just because he's a tech-type leader, and then we can bring, like, Path to Power, or not Path to Power Goku, we can bring, like, that guy, we can bring you, we can bring the Vegito Blue, them. Normally, I like to run, like, a Power Beyond Super Saiyan / Movie Heroes team, but I do want to bring this guy just for funsies, and then I guess let's bring you for the support. That seems like a decent team. That Tech Gogeta, by the way, has got to be coming up on an EZA, like, within the next 18 months, maybe? So that's definitely interesting. Pretty good opening rotation here. We can go ahead and give Piccolo all of this key. Remember that Piccolo will give the entire rotation 2 key whenever he gets hit. Not that that matters too much. God Goku does seal, so we can get the seal off. Even if that first attack is a super attack, we're not going to take much damage on Piccolo. But regardless, God Goku's going to get the seal off, which at the very least will protect next rotation, which is really good. Looks like Gotenks didn't super immediately here. So we're going to be able to get the seal off, and then he won't be able to hurt us. That was actually a kind of a cool frame that it froze on there. All right, we're back with God Goku. You guys didn't see it, but this guy can also have his attack lowered, so Piccolo's 18 key did lower his attack. Give me just a second so that I can sync the audio here. I'm going to mute this. All right, there we go. That way it keeps it from you guys hearing, like, it does, like, a... If you've seen my videos where I forget to mute it, you guys know it makes, like, a really bad audio distortion sound whenever I, like, have to deactivate the Elgato and turn it back on in OBS. I don't know why it's been freaking out so much recently. It's probably because I'm not keeping an ice pack on it. I notably have to keep an ice pack on my Elgato, otherwise it like overheats because it has like no fans. It's one of the external ones. I definitely do not recommend this. It's the Elgato HD 60X is the one that I have. I cannot recommend it to anybody. Like it's definitely cheaper than the 4K 60. Now, I don't have any experience using the 4K 60, but my biggest issue with this one, the HD 60X, is that like it has no way to regulate its temperature, and so if it just starts overheating, like there's nothing you can do about that. You just got to either unplug it, or what I do is I keep ice packs on it, because whenever it overheats, it loses connection with the cables, and it no longer like it starts like glitching out, like we've seen in this video. Although I don't know why it's glitching out, because I literally just picked it up, but you know, regardless, it's like I can touch it and it is extremely hot. Like the internals get so hot, and there's literally no way for it to regulate its temperature. So I assume by getting the 4K 60, the one that goes internal, I believe it has a fan on it, right? And then it's also just in your PC, which has fans on it or liquid cooling, whatever. Oh, we could use Orange Piccolo. That's crazy. Let's not, but, you know, that's funny that we could get that right here. But I assume that problem would maybe be a little bit, like, less common if I had the internal one. But I don't know. If you guys have used an internal recording device like the 4K 60, let me know. Or if you know of a better external one that's not going to, like, break the bank or something like that, you know, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. Because I am definitely always on the lookout. Because, I mean, this thing's fine. It's like it does the job most of the time. But some days it just decides that it's not going to work. And it doesn't work. So, you know, it's like I've tried every troubleshooting tip online. It's like I've tried unplugging every, like, USB so that this thing is, like, the only thing in there. I've tried closing all of my browser windows. It's like OBS is the only program running right now other than Voicemeeter. And it's just like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like I don't know why this thing is so picky, but it is what it is. Super Int here again. Bojack can be sealed, so if you have any sealers for Super Int, be sure to bring them out here. We can run like a Bond of parent and child team, and who's another character for like Super Int that we could run? Probably just them. We can bring the 2 new LR Gokus. We could bring like the Kid Gohan. And then really it just doesn't even matter here who we bring. We could bring Pan for the support, but I don't think we really need it. Let's bring like these 2 guys just for fun. We'll bring the GT Vegeta for the orb changing, for the rainbow orbs. That'll help us out, right? Because we've got a lot of key hungry characters on the team. Very nice opening rotation here. We can just kind of do like this right here, or this. Yeah, I mean, either way, it doesn't matter. Let's do that. We'll get them an 18 key. We can grab this, that'll get them an 18 key, and then this will also get them an 18 key, I believe, or close to it. Close to it, right. They get extra key from rainbow orbs. Alright, Bojack's gonna super attack us immediately. That's not the worst ever. Yeah, 67k, buddy. Good job. We love that here. Here comes Super Saiyan 4 Goku, though, with an 8 million attack stat in Battlefield is pretty good. You know, he is on 200% leader skill here. He's on, I believe he's on Vegeta and Trunks' because he's on Bond of Parent and Child and Battle of Fate, right? So he is on the 200% here. So that's good, certainly. We love that. Just a free 8 million damage. We love to see that. Potentially we could stand by here, actually. We took 5 hits, didn't we? If we make it to turn 3 somehow, which I doubt we're going to, unless I just hold back tremendously next turn. Did we take 5 hits here or 4? We took 4 or 5 hits here, didn't we? How many hits did we take? Dude, did we take 5 hits here in Battlefield? Like, could we get Oob? Oh, no, we got to get this instead. Listen, I know I said I wasn't going to play the active skills, but when was the last time I played this on the channel? Dude, too easy to get the frown. Oh my goodness, in a Battlefield video? There we go. Poor Bojack, man. Bro tried to cheap shot us with the super attack at the very beginning, so I doubled it and gave it to the next guy, which he was the next guy. All right, here we go. So now we got to use AGL. This is why we use the Ginyu Force team at the beginning, is so that now we can use 2 different AGL teams here. If I was going to go with the villain setup, this is probably what I would run. Who else? Probably you for the seal, because Rildo seals. You could definitely run this guy. He's not going to take any damage. You could run this guy for the damage. Does Wheelo seal, or... No, he doesn't, right? He just, like, raises attack. No, he does seal. So, yeah, we could run, like, Wheelo. That's probably what I would run if I was going to run the super type, or, like, the extreme type variant here. I think the super type is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, look at this thing, right? Like, here's the super type variant, right? Like, or actually, I'm sorry. There we go. There's the super type variant. It's just like that. Obviously, it's pretty good. I mean, you could just exchange these guys for whoever you want to bring here. We're going to try it with a villain setup, though. I don't think you guys are going to need help with a super type setup. Super AGL is just actually insane. But for extreme AGL, I'd run these 2, like I said. Bring LR Golden Frieza, of course. Let's bring Wheelo because he seals. Let's bring you for the attack lowering. You also seal. And then let's bring you for the support. Remember that Broly doesn't attack a lot. So it's like you can kind of hide some characters in here. Hopefully we got a sealer. Oh, we have the animations on. Alright. Sorry, I forgot to turn those off. But, dude, we got to see Dr. Wheelo's animations, so... maybe I actually shouldn't apologize, because now... I mean, listen, everybody loves Dr. Wheelo, right? What do we want to do here? It doesn't really matter what we do. Remember, Broly, he can be attack lowered, so probably the smartest thing to do on this play is to put Cooler in the front, because this first attack is an AoE, so it can't be a super attack, at least on, like, my turn right here, the way it laid out. So, Cooler does an attack lower, so if we have him go first, we'll do the attack lower, which means that the AoE will be doing less damage to us, and then we can have Wheelo go in the middle slot, and then he'll seal, so then Broly can't super attack us on this rotation. So then he'll have the attack debuff and the seal going, which obviously is like the best case scenario here. So now the AoE is going to do less damage to us, and then Zamasu in slot 3, notice how we didn't get him a super attack? Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Never mind, scratch that. I was thinking about Transform Zamasu. Transform Zamasu after receiving an attack. He does a guaranteed additional, but that's only Transform Zamasu, so that's my bad. But, so yeah, now we got the attack lower. Now we're going to seal him, so now he can't super attack us for this turn or the next turn. And we got Rildo in the second turn here. So now we can just keep him perpetually sealed with Rildo and, what's his name? Rildo and Dr. Wheelo. So now we can just do this, and Broly literally can't hurt us. I mean, we're debuffing him some more here with Turles as well. I believe Turles is debuffing. Frieza's going to debuff some more, I believe. Did we get his 12 key or his 18 key? We got his 18 key. Okay, that's fine. Because his 12 key here, the 12 key is also going to debuff. So yeah, we're just going to keep Broly locked down this entire fight now. It's like, oh, we could have gotten the additional super attack there. That would have been really nice. But yeah, Broly only does a few attacks per turn. So it's like, as long as you can kind of survive, you're going to be okay. You survive that first rotation, you start getting these debuffs applied to him, and there's going to be nothing that can stop you. You could honestly probably take this guy down with the Peppy Gals team, just because they have so many debuffers on that team that you could just keep them perpetually attack lowered and sealed. So, you know, if you have Peppy Gals, give it a shot. Peppy Gals can take this guy out, I think, pretty easily. Looks like we're down 3 health bars and counting, so we can put Cooler back here in the front slot, have him get some hits in. I'm not too concerned about Wheelo taking damage or doing anything like that. And then we can just give Rose these orbs right here, get a super attack, and we're off to the races now. It's like, again, we're just going to keep him debuffed. We're going to get the Metal Cooler attack lowering in, and then we're going to get the Rildo seal, and this guy can't do anything to us. So there we go. I mean, it's that simple to lock down Broly. If you guys are still having trouble with Broly, I mean, the best I can tell you is just make sure you're attack lowering and sealing him. I mean, we're not using, like, I know this looks like a crazy team, but, like, Wheelo is free to play. AGL Rose is from 1945. AGL Turles is pretty old, too. Rildo's old, and he's a 50% support, so he's not, like, available on a ton of banners, but, I mean, I only have mine at 55%. You could have gotten Golden Frieza on like a number of the free LR multis that they handed out, or with coins, things like that. So definitely a character that you could have at this point. We can do this. We can give Frieza the debuff. Well, actually, he's not going to get the debuff, but we can give Rildo a bunch of orbs. Well, I mean, he is going to get the debuff from the additional, but you guys know what I mean. And then Zamasu is going to get the double super. No links active here, but I'm not really too concerned about links. I'm just concerned about debuffs. Debuff, 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 right? That's the name of the game here. So, yep, there we go. Frieza's going to get the additional. The additional gives us the 20% attack lowering, so there we go. Hold that. And one of these days we'll get out of this fight. Sometime between here and 2065, my like retirement age, you know, we're gonna we're gonna get out of here. One of these days, man. All right, Zamasu should do a double super attack here because he got hit. Anytime Zamasu receives an attack before he attacks, he gets a guaranteed additional super attack. So he could actually triple super here, which would be really nice, just for the damage. But again, we're just slowly moving our way through this event. Nothing really too much to worry about. He can't really hurt us. The reason I use Zamasu as the leader is because he gives extreme type, I believe it's 130%. Where'd he go? You give extreme type, yeah, 130%, and then he also gets Rebel God, so that he's buffing himself. Even though, like, none of the rest of the team, other than AGL Rose, is on Realm of Gods, I think it's worth it just because he gives himself 120%. And then kind of the similar thing with this guy right here. He gives Wicked Bloodline 170 and 4 key, and then Extreme AGL 120%. So it's like he's buffing himself. Frieza right here, if I had brought the full power Frieza, he would be buffing him up more. So it's just things like that that I like to think of whenever I'm doing these sorts of events. I'm just going to have Rildo, or, like, this guy go first right here. This guy's so debuffed that it doesn't really matter anymore where I have Cooler super attack. So I'm just going to have Wheelo go in the front. That way I can get Big Bad Bosses activated with Cooler and Turles, so I can do a little bit more damage here. But yeah, you guys can see we're already down to, like, double digits on every unit. Turles gave us a nice dodge. That's cool. Wheelo's going to seal him up again. And then I think Cooler could finish him off here, depending on if he crits or not. I think my Metal Cooler still has mostly crits, so he could. There we go. Yep, we finish him off finally. There we go. Whew. Bit of a gauntlet there. You know, Super AGL definitely would have been faster, but I wanted to kind of show it with Extreme AGL just because. Yeah, let me know what you guys use to win that fight right there. Yeah, nice 6 minutes. Whew. Every other fight is like 30 seconds. Then you get to this one, and it's like a full 6 minutes. So there we go. That is Battlefield completed. We can go ahead and grab all of our rewards and mute Dan. So you can grab those. Nice chunk of stones, some orbs, you know, stickers, all that good stuff. So I believe I already picked up the extra copy of Hatchiak from the shop. So, you know, we can get an extra copy of that now. So mine's at 69%. Yeah, and I still have plenty of those left over. So I actually could rainbow like both of these guys or something. I probably want to rainbow this guy first. Just because, like, I have Majin Vegeta rainbowed. I haven't ever picked up this guy. So I might do that, but I'm still just kind of saving him at the moment in the event that we get something like good in here. But yeah, you guys can see I can go ahead and go to Hatchiak here. Wherever he is. He's extreme tech, right? Right there. There we go. So I've already got dupes in him. I just went with dodge. You guys can see. There we go. So yeah, there's the dupe of Hatchiak. I already got it fed in. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Good luck with Battlefield, and I'll catch you guys next time.